Hi, I'm here to talk to you today about unnecessary trauma for police officers. We all know that we have a problem with recruiting and retaining police officers. In these modern times, there's a number of reasons for it, but if we can reduce some of those reasons, that is something we should be looking into. So I want to talk to you about an interview I did with somebody called Paul Gullon-Scott. He's an ex-police officer. He's currently training for his PhD. He already has a number of other degrees. And I interviewed him for the Police Science Doctor magazine, which I can show you here, which you can get for free right now. It's on policesciencedoctor.com/mag. Okay, so the Police Science Doctor magazine is something that I finished and finally published in March this year, and I'm very, very proud of it. And one of the reasons is somebody like Paul. So Paul was interviewed about, let me get rid of this banner so you can see his face. Paul is somebody you can hear talk about the trauma that digital forensic investigators experience. So we have a lot of child pornography cases, indecent images of children. Nowadays, we have thousands and thousands of images on so many of our devices, phones, USB sticks, maybe not so much anymore, computers, hard disks, online. So when somebody gets arrested for an offense related to that and these items get seized, digital forensic investigators go through all of that. And that takes its toll. There are some systems in place already that can automate that process. So obviously some images are recognized and don't have to be reviewed by investigators, but there are still thousands that do need to be reviewed. So what Paul was telling me about is that he found out, and he worked together with the Crown Prosecution Service in the force that he was working in the UK, to set a threshold. There are thresholds set by the Crown Prosecution Service above that need to be reached to achieve a certain charge. And actually, once you've met that threshold with the kinds and number of images that the police have recovered, there is no need to carry on going through those other images and classifying them as well. There are safeguards in place, of course, to make sure that there are no images that haven't been seen before and that could point to new victims or new offenders. But in order to minimize the exposure of officers to such materials as much as possible, there is something that he's helping forces put in place to compliantly and legally get the maximum amount of charge for the defendant with the minimum exposure to these images. So have a look at that interview. It's Paul Gullon-Scott, and let me show you his face again so you recognize him. And I really recommend you watch that. Some very, very good work that he's doing. I'll show you a bit more about the magazine now.